I have recently rediscovered my love of reading. Not only that, but I have rediscovered that books and literature and reading are a fundamental part of me, and they make up the fabric of my very existence. So we're going to talk about books today, and just books that I've bought over the year, working, not getting paid. It's called volunteering at a nonprofit bookstore, where I get books for free. I think I've just been taking them, so. No, I'm kidding. I'm allowed to take them. This is a book that I'm currently reading. It's a book that I bought new. It's called Every Living Thing, The Great and Deadly Race to Know All Life. And it's basically, it's natural history meets biography meets historical fiction, I guess. So in college, we're doing a module on taxonomy. I became very obsessed with taxonomy, and I wanted to know like everything about it. So I got this book, and so far I am absolutely loving it. I love reading about just like freaks, like little obsessive freaks. I wish I was a little obsessive freak, but I'm too like, I am obsessive, yes, but the scope of my obsessions are more like this when not like that, unless I'm in a relationship, and then it's and that's bad, and you shouldn't do that. People who are just like so single-mindedly like obsessed with things, I'm so fascinated by them. This is truly like really, really gripping. It reads like fiction, and I'm learning a lot, and I love it. So next, we've got a book that I picked up and I have not read. This is D.H. Lawrence, The White Peacock. I'm trying to collect all of D.H. Lawrence's books, specifically in these editions. I love these editions. And this is one that I picked up from the bookstore that I work in. Again, I don't work there. They don't pay me. Everyone who works there is a volunteer. It's not just me, all right? It's not like they're just like, we're just not going to pay you. I got real defensive there. And I was chatting with one of the other volunteers about D.H. Lawrence and how much we both love D.H. Lawrence. And it's rare that I meet someone. And she was like 21 as well. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like the youth of today, they're not just on their TikToks and their bebops and their. I want to sit back. My back is sore. Speaking of being old. And so this was in the classics section. And let me tell you, that bookshop did not have a classics section before I came along. Okay, and it had every other section known to man. Ridiculous sections, if you ask me. And I worked long and hard asking my boss every single day, trying to convince him of why we should have a classic section. He was like, no, they should just be mixed in with the alphabetical, with the fiction. And finally, I got my classic section. And it's, I think, the best classic section in the whole city. So, anyway, haven't read this. I'm not really in a classics vibe after all that. I'm not really that into classics, though. I just, I go through phases, and I'm not in a classics phase right now. But I will be. We'll get there. Guys, this is so fun. I forgot that I'm bad at talking about books, but I enjoy it, and that's the main thing. Oh, this next one. Oh, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. Oh, so I was talking to my good friend who works in another bookstore. He actually works. They actually pay him. And we are both Sally Rooney fans. And he was like, yeah, Intermezzo is actually better than Normal People. I liked it more. And I was very intrigued because I had no interest to read anything past Normal People for some reason, because I tried a few of her other books. I tried Conversations with Friends, and I was like, ugh. But I tried this. And yeah, I prefer it more than Normal People. It is so good. This was so good. I'm not going to say anything more about it. It's just that it's so good. And I love it. I ended up like incidentally reading a lot of books about grief, which was really interesting because I was grieving. Sibling relationships. I have always said, like, there's not a lot of books that cover the theme of sibling relationships. And I think it's a relationship dynamic that is extremely underexplored. And because there's such nuanced, complicated relationships. This one does it beautifully. And also money in relationships is a very interesting theme that it explores, and how things get weird when you introduce money to a relationship, and you probably shouldn't do it. Probably just, go 50-50 on everything, guys. I think it's a good rule of thumb. This is one that I picked up recently. Statistics for biologists. Yeah, as part of my course, we're going to be doing some kind of field work, like a project on wild animals and stuff. I've recently been teaching myself math, which has been a really, this is going to sound insane, but a really beautiful process. And it's made me feel closer to myself. Math makes me feel closer to myself. I don't know what's gotten into me, guys. But yeah, and this was just like in the bookshop one morning, and I was like, oh, it's a sign. But yeah, I think maths, when you combine it with like nature, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Joan Didion. I finally got around to reading Joan Didion. This was like, I read this at the start of the summer. Yeah, The Year of Magical Thinking. And once again, a book about grief. It's my first Didion, absolutely blown away. Love the way she writes. I read this so quickly, and I was kind of in a bit of a reading slump at the time, so I was really, really happy to have read this. You sit down to dinner, and life as you know it ends in a heartbeat, or the absence of one. Next, some more nonfiction. Man's Search for Meaning. At the time, I was a man in search of meaning, and since I have found it, and this book really, really actually helped me. No, this was an incredible, incredible book. The Gen Z in my class, they're always like, clock it. This, I don't know what this is, and I don't know why it goes with the words clock it, but it's constant all day, clock it. But let's have a fun book. Let's have a fun book that I don't actually have any fun books here, guys, sorry. This is one that I picked up from the bookshop, and I actually DNF'd it. Machines Like Me, Ian McEwan. Yeah, the premise sounded so exciting to me. This guy fancies his like neighbor, or is in love with his neighbor, and to like bond with her he decides to order this like AI robot human thing, like the first humanoid, I guess, as like a project to do together, and like she programs half of it and he programs the other half, and it said it turns into like a love triangle, and I forgot what a love triangle was. I thought they were all gonna be involved with each other, but no. Just the robot and the guy was in love with her, and that's just so boring. You know, he had an opportunity to really explore AI in a really interesting way, and he missed the mark. Sorry, Mr. McEwan. This next one, technically not a book, but also sort of a book. Crosswords. Okay, I discovered crosswords. I discovered crosswords this year, and love it. So good. Such an amazing source of dopamine. Guys, if you're sleeping on crosswords, don't do that. Yeah, I think the main thing I've learned this year is that I am like 100% through and through a giant nerd. I mean, I'm into Lego now. You see my light up Lego house? Let's get a good shot of it, because I feel like you can't really... Look at that! Look at that! And the waterfall moves. Anyway, it's fine. If that isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life, I don't want to talk to you. So, this one I do not know how to pronounce. It is... the Dhammapada? It's probably not that. But it's what is it? One of the best known and best loved works of Buddhist literature. Yeah, so during the summer, during the summer is my time to just like do every side quest imaginable. And I became really I tried out a few Buddhist classes, I guess they were. I don't know. There was a Buddhist nun, which I didn't know was a thing, and she would give a little talk. Yeah, she would give a little talk, and then we'd meditate. And yeah, I really hated it. No, I didn't hate it. Like, I feel like a lot of her talks were about like love. And like loving, and that's just not where my head's at the moment, or it wasn't at the time, and it still isn't. And the part where I sat in silence, do you know what? Like, I feel like everyone else was meditating and I was just sitting there, but I feel like via osmosis I was kind of meditating. Like, the room was calm, and just by being in that room with people meditating, like they were doing all the heavy lifting for me. But no, since then I have developed my own kind of meditation practice based on transcendental meditation. But I have been interested a little bit in Buddhism, and that's why I picked this up, because I'm just exploring, guys. I'm just exploring. Next, let's get all the spiritual books out of the way. This is Contemplation, Words and Silence for the Way Home. It's about like a Christian contemplative tradition. I'm into religion, but like the kind of the mystic version of religion. Yeah, I've been a big fan of like Saint Teresa of Avila for a while, and just like her mystic writings, and I really vibe with them. Just that whole. Can I help you? That's my dog. This whole concept of the like internal mansion, this internal castle, basically building your internal life. Yeah, I obviously like my views on God and religion and a higher power. They're ever changing. And where I'm at with it now certainly won't be where I'm at with it in a year's time, and I think that is beautiful, and I just want to keep reading lots of different viewpoints and stuff. Oh, this is a book that I read. Oh, I don't really want to talk about this book though, because I read it in a like weird time in my life. Just don't be strange, Sky. Just talk about it. Okay, this is a book that I read way early in the year. Frederick Bachman, Beartown. I thought it was going to be like Gilmore Girls vibe, but like with hockey. No, this is quite, I don't want to say dark, but like, yeah, it's the theme is like rape culture, so it's pretty dark. I wasn't a huge fan of it, gotta be honest. I was excited to like it because I know there's like a bunch of them. I know there's like a lot of sequels, and like Book Talk and BookTube love this book, but I just wasn't into it. I didn't really like the way it was written. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, this is a bit of an interesting one. Glass for collectors. I got really into antiques over the summer. It started with furniture restoration, and then it kind of graduated onto antiques. And I just think glassware is beautiful. I priced this one €4. See, you can't beat prices like that at the bookshop, which I'm not saying which bookshop because I don't want to dox myself. Ooh, okay, I really need to talk about this book. The Intellectual Life. I know, very, very pretentious title. The Intellectual Life, Its Spirit, Conditions, and Methods. This, honestly, like, I was underlining pages upon pages. This is just such an astounding book about just the pursuit of knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's just so beautifully written. What is knowledge but the show and gradual cure of blindness? Are you kidding me? Ideas emerge from facts. They also emerge from conversations, chance occurrences, theaters, visits, strolls, the most ordinary books. Everything holds treasures because everything is in everything, and a few laws of life and of nature govern all the rest. Are you kidding me? I just obsessed. It's such a beautiful book. It's also all about like solitude and how like magical solitude is, and I agree. Next we've got As Bill Sees It, my boy Bill. So Bill, what is his last name? I actually don't know what his last name is. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what Bill's last name is. He created AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, co-founder. He founded it with someone else. Bill and the other guy. Bob. No, it's actually Bill and Bob, I think. Yeah, so this is just little readings every day from maybe letters that he wrote, and also from fellows from AA. I obviously haven't read it in its entirety yet. I just dip in and out as part of my kind of daily routine. I'm not in AA, but I am in another fellowship, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to break my anonymity. Can't even say the word. I also have Understanding the 12 Steps. I also have what we call it in the program, the 12 and 12. 12 steps and 12 traditions. 12-step program has absolutely saved my life. It's kind of the basis of everything, kind of all the good progress that I've made in my life. I wouldn't be here without it. So I will take every opportunity I can to do a little 12 stepping right now and say that, whatever your issue is, whatever you're struggling with in life, there is probably a 12-step program for it. So I'm a little obsessed, I would say, more than a little obsessed with just the 12 steps in general, just because they have worked such miracles in my life and in myself, in my mind and in my heart, and truly changed the course of my life. And I shudder to think where I'd be without them, to be honest. And they're so I don't know. There's just something in them. They're magical. Yeah, maybe I am in a cult. And if I am, like, I'm gonna keep guzzling that Kool-Aid because it's working. And I'm only on step 9, so like, you know, I'm gonna be working the steps for the rest of my life. You know, once I finish the first time around, I'm just gonna go back to number 1. And also, you can do that step 1 to 3 every day. I could talk all day about it, but I won't. Another AA book. We got Daily Reflections, and I'm out of battery. Okay. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections, and this one is like for every day. Let's read today's one, shall we? Today's the 21st of November, I believe. There are only 2 sins. You can keep an open mind with the word sins. The first is to interfere with the growth of another human being, and the second is to interfere with one's own growth. Yeah, damn. Like, that's something that I have... Yeah, you can't interfere with someone's growth. You can't you can't, there's so many things you can't do. You know, like, someone else's journey is their journey. And like, even if you could take that journey for them, you shouldn't, because that's their journey to take, and you'd be robbing them of that journey. Hello? Okay, yeah, I'll finish up now, shall I? Okay. Yes. I love you. I do. Okay, it's great. Bye.